What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 33 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we've got our fourth game of the Champions League group stage. We're taking on Dortmund, and since we were last here, we played a decent amount of football. And all in all, things aren't going too badly. A little bit of stuff going on off the pitch as well, which is always exciting. I always feel like it's nice to see whenever the hot prospect updates on the club profile page. Right now, it's Miguel Benavides, who, of course, is one of the players we signed over the summer for a very, I think, puny 7.5 million. I don't think that was a too extortionate a fee, really. He looks like he could be a really good right-back if he can learn to move off the ball and dribble and cross, which, when I list them like that, it doesn't sound like insignificant things, but if he can improve in those, he could be really, really good. I'm excited for him. Fairly professional personality and lots of green arrows. We love green arrows here. He is, well, going really, really strong. And, well, guess who else is going strong? Us. Kind of. Since we were last here, we've played 6 matches in all competitions, 4 in the league, 1 in the EFL Cup, and 1 in the Champions League. Anyway, let's talk about the first 2 games, which were Bournemouth and Norwich. 2 games that we should be expected to win. You can see, just looking at the team for this game against Bournemouth, I made the decision to rotate things quite a lot. I brought Tudor in at centre attack in mid, and he put in an okay performance. I mean, we ended up winning 3-0, so maybe that's a bit harsh. He got a goal for us, Dr. Medj got a goal, and Marcelo also got a goal. You'll also notice that Hernandez and Matty were playing at right back and left back for this game. The fixture congestion was getting a little intense, and although there was an international break after this game, made the decision, to rotate things a little. And to be fair, the players that we gave a chance to really did perform. Anyway, after the international break, we came back for the game against Norwich. We won this one 3-0. Convincing performance. Van Dijk with a goal. Smith and Piotr also getting on the score sheet. And so going into the game against Dortmund, I was nervous, but I was cautiously optimistic. We'd played 2 games away from home in the Champions League. This game here, it was a must-win of sorts. I mean, it's only the 3rd game of the group stage, but it set us up nicely. In this game, you can see it finished 1-0, and we were pretty fortunate, to be honest. We scored a nice goal, don't get me wrong. It was Smith with it, a nod down from Van Dijk as well. Or was it Seka? I can't remember. It was a weirdly worked goal, not a goal that you see often in Football Manager, but they did miss a penalty in this game, and you can see, looking at the average ratings across the board, our defence really held firm. Toby getting man of the match again. He does that a hell of a lot. I will say, despite it finishing 1-0, with them missing a penalty and with our defence getting really high ratings, we were the better team in this game. It was a really good result, a much needed one, and, well, going into the game against United, I wasn't feeling quite as optimistic as the game against Dortmund. It'd be fair to say this was a lucky result. We took the lead in this game through Owen Ricketts. He drifted in from the right-hand side, snuck it in past the keeper, not entirely sure how he got it in. Marcus Rashford, though, for them, replied within a couple of minutes, and not long after, Reimer, the German centre mid, he popped up with a goal for them. It could have been significantly worse, though. It was 2-1 at the break, but in the latter stages of the first half, Haaland had a goal disallowed, Rashford had a goal disallowed, and we were on the back foot massively. There was this surge of aggression from United, and it could have been over at half-time, to be frank. But in the second half, we came back strong. Dr. Medj with a really good header from a low percentage chance. And then in the 88th minute, Amlo, with the last real opportunity of the game, tucked it in on the break, and 3-2 it finished. So yeah, lucky result this one. We're going to take it though. Look at that XG. When it goes in your favour, you love it. When it's against you, you do absolutely detest it. For us, our man of the match in this game was Ricketts or Regina. I'll give it to Ricketts. Sorry, Regina, you're always playing well. But no, Ricketts chipped in with a goal here. And to be fair, so far, 2 goals, 6 assists in 8 league starts. I'd say he's having a pretty blooming good season with the whole new system that we've been running. Anyway, following on from that, we took on Mansfield in the EFL Cup, their League 2 opposition. I thought, we'll rotate the team, it'll be fun. It went to penalties and we scraped by on sudden death. This was awful. This was horrible. Not an enjoyable game to watch, but, well, at least as the holders of the Cup, we've not been knocked out by League 2 opposition, so I suppose that's something. Anyway, the final result that we had here was against Tottenham. This one finished 2-1, and to be fair, it felt a little unjust. We were the better team in this game comfortably, in my opinion. We had way more chances. They did score in the first 4 minutes, which always makes things tough. However, we had a penalty that we missed. Ferguson with it. We've been missing far too many penalties this season. Erk did get us a goal before half-time to make it 1-1, and then, of course, we missed a penalty. They got a penalty. they scored the penalty. It finished 2-1. Frustrating result, disappointing result. On another day, we win this game quite convincingly, but just a lack of quality across the board, as is, I suppose, suggested by the average ratings here. We were not playing particularly well at all. But anyway, today we've got this game against Dortmund. However, as I said, a few more things just to talk about real quick. Firstly, the board. They've been kind to us, everyone. They have agreed to improve the club's youth facilities. I must hold up my hands and admit, I've been a little bit slacking, I feel like, when it comes to the facilities. Usually, once you're in the Premier League, with all the TV money you can get, you're very often able just to upgrade the facilities year on year, which is something I've not really done. That said, we've already got state-of-the-art training facilities. Obviously, the academy and youth coaching are just really good in terms of recruitment as well. The youth facilities, the only thing that's not quite up there at the very highest level. So good to get that improved. I did also ask for the wage budget to be increased, which they did, and then they increased it by £20,000, which, I'm going to be honest, doesn't really make a great deal of difference to us, which is a bit annoying. But £22 million transfer budget, obviously £96 million in the bank. I saw a player and I thought, you know what, I'll ask the board to sign him and see what they say. They said, yeah, sure, we'll bid 53 million. This guy, Blas Gonzalez, now he plays for Levante. He's got 16 goals in 8 games for Spain, under 21 level. He looks very, very good. Just to compare him to AMLO, because I feel like this is a fair experiment, there is the head-to-head comparison. I think he could be the one. Dare I say. I don't believe in the one necessarily, but this guy, he might be the one. If we just look at his history, however, his goal scoring for Levante hasn't been very good. But Levante, I mean, in the most polite possible way, they're a bit of a potato team. They're a team who are currently down, predicted to finish 14th. In the league at the moment, they are actually in 12th, but they're just not very good. So he's never really going to have the craziest numbers for them. But in terms of what we can see, he looks very good. Udinese are interested in him. I have actually had my eye on this guy for a while, but previously they were asking for his release clause of 86 million, which even for me, that was just too much. I mean, I spend a lot of money at times, but the board have agreed that 53 million could be a good price. Now, the beautiful thing about FM21 is, when you ask the board to sign someone, you can actually cancel the deal now. That used to not be the case. Fantastic new feature this year in Football Manager. I want to know your thoughts. Would you spend £53 million on this 22-year-old striker? Answers on a postcard. He does look very good, though, doesn't he? He does look very good. I kind of want him. Anyway, let's have a look at the league table and the Champions League, of course, going into the game against Dortmund. In the league right now, we are down in 5th. It is very, very tight, though. I mean, look at these points totals here. Obviously, we beat Manchester United in this run of games, but we did lose against Tottenham, who have only lost 1 game this year, away from home against Arsenal. It's very intense how close it is at the top. No team is running away with it. Of course, Smith is the top goal scorer in the league. I hate him. He's always hitting... Hate him, everyone. So yeah, he's kind of carrying Chelsea at the moment. But on the whole, it's absolutely anyone's game after 11 games. It's kind of crazy how close it is. Meanwhile, in the Champions League, obviously, we are taking on Dortmund today. This is a big game. If we beat Dortmund here, we control our own destiny with 2 games left, and we'd have a really nice cushion. If we lose this game, we go down to 3rd in the group, and I know that against Atletico Madrid and Milan, albeit both home games, we're going to have to go out there and get some results. So this game is significant. Even a draw, I would probably take at this point. In terms of team news for today's game, you can see here, we're pretty much at full strength, which is pretty nice. This is the starting 11 that I've started to settle on. This is the system that I've started to settle on as well. You will notice one minor change. Dr. Medj has come in for Lind at deep line playmaker. Lind, to be frank, has just not really performed this year. Obviously, he's not a world away from Dr. Medj. But he's just not really performed. If I just compare the 2 players here, there's not a world of difference between them. However, the reason that I would often go with Lind over Dr. Medj is purely the consistency. I don't like inconsistent players. I don't like having too many of them. Besides that, though, they are 2 very comparable players to one another. And obviously, as I said, it's the kind of dilemma, I suppose, where you're picking the players based off form. It is worth noting that Dr. Medj, he's got loads of goals. The majority of them, if I'm not mistaken, have come from playing out on the wing, as you can see here. However, you know what? The deep line playmaker position, it's up for grabs. I'm giving it to Dr. Medj today to show us what he's all about. Van Dijk has continued to do well. Not scoring many, only 2 goals in 10, but 5 assists for him. I feel like he's slowly finding his groove. And of course, Smith still adapting out on the right-hand side. He's doing fine. He's not super standout. He's not the most exciting player in the world, but you know what? If we get a result here, it doesn't even matter. I don't mind not being exciting if we're winning games. It's the Mourinho mindset, I suppose, that. But anyway, let's get into this. We're taking on Dortmund. It's away from home. We beat them 1-0 at home recently, but this was always going to be the tougher game. So far, our record away from home in the Champions League is a win against Atletico, a defeat against Milan. Let's see what we can do here. Just looking at their system, this is the shape that they play. This should not be... It looks like a formation from the Streamer Showdown, where someone's decided to play 3 strikers. Meanwhile, we're just really boring, I suppose, aren't we, by comparison? Hopefully, Erk's going to have a good game out on the left-hand side. He's been a little slow starting this year. A win here, though. We're in pole position. A defeat here, it's a blooming disaster. It's very much all on the line here, I feel. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say this game is single-handedly going to kind of shift the course of how our Champions League run goes for the remaining 2 games following on from this one. But anyway, Dortmund are good. They're playing at home. We've got to be at our best. And while they've got the ball here and are lumping it forward. Regina, I mean, interesting clearance. Not sure about the physics on that kick, but he has dealt with it. Taylor now going down the line to Darwin. One option in the box. Can he pick him out? Of course he can. Mohamed Jones scores for them. I don't know why I've commentated that like I'm happy that it's happened. I'm not happy. That's absolutely blooming awful. Too much space down the wing. Taylor's ball there. Far, far too easy. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but Calafiori, you've got to be on your toes there. I don't know if Regina's covered himself in much glory either. Not really getting tight to his man there as the ball came into the box. And you can see with that result, the group stage kind of looks pretty horrible. And I think we may have a few more live comms incoming of the remaining Champions League games. That said, they've only had 1 shot and it's gone in. We've had 4 shots. But we are needing to defend a corner here. We've had opportunities. Jones hits it to Toby with the save. Toby's been very good this year. I don't know if I'd describe Toby as a world-class goalkeeper or the goalkeeper for the rest of time here at Nottingham Forest, but he has been surprisingly solid. Anyway, a chance here. Smith on the right-hand side whips it in on his weaker foot, headed away, only as far as Dr. Medj. Now to Ricketts, lays it off to his partner in crime. Calafiori's on the overlap. Erk sees him. Calafiori, don't shoot, square it. Does square it. Erk's there, shot blocked, cleared away. And you can see with this 3 striker system, they are going to have a lot of breakaways like that, as Toby makes a great save. I'm going to change something here. I do not like seeing what they're doing here right now. I'm going to change the wing backs onto support. I'm hoping that will mean that they adequately cover the 3 strikers. But at the moment, with our wing backs getting high up the pitch, we're kind of leaving a 3v2 at the back, which can work if we keep hold of the ball and are careful in possession. But as soon as we give it away, they're going to tear us apart on the break. And, well, Jones has a chance here. Toby makes another great save. It would have been offside anyway. I can't work out if these saves have been really great saves or not so great finishes by them. Anyway, Papetti to Falk. Weigl to Jones. Keeper should collect that. He does. Toby, look, you're back in Germany. You're in your home stomping ground. Show them what you're all about. That is a great ball by Erk. Amlo, you've got to. You've got to, Amlo. The pressure of him being on his own home turf has got to him. His head's in his hands. It's in mine too, Amlo. It's in mine too. It's a dreadful miss. Ricketts with a corner. Piotr just heads over the crossbar. Milan have taken the lead against Atletico. I can't work out if that's a good or a bad result for us. I guess Milan winning is good for us if we're worried about finishing 3rd and ending up in the Europa League. Which at this point, I mean, would it... maybe I do need to consider that as a possibility. Do I want to return to the Europa League? Do I want to become the Inter Milan of last year? Of course, the team we got knocked out against, who came 3rd in their Champions League group. I don't really want to become the party poopers like that. Anyway, Toby, what are you doing, mate? What? Just pick it up, Toby. You've got hands. Rosero here, out in the wide area. Dr. Medj tackles and then fouls him. That was outside the box, ref. That was... Look, we don't need VAR. That was outside the box. I'm certain of it. Don't look at your monitor. It's not a penalty. Never a penalty. I'm quietly confident here. If I'm wrong, I'm going to look like a mug. I'm a mug. I'm a mug. I mean, it looked outside to me, folks, from here, but I guess I haven't got all the angles of VAR. Toby, if we go 2-0 down, mate, I'm worried. Can you make yourself a hero. He doesn't need... That is one of the worst penalties I've seen this year. What have we just witnessed? What have we just witnessed in this game so far? It's been a crazy match. It's 1-0 at the break. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from happy. I'm very tempted to change things quite radically. Would that be a mistake? I don't think it would be. I don't like their system is annoying me. Erk is going to be the casualty here, I'm afraid to say. I'm going to bring in Navio. I'm going to play Piotr in the middle. Navio on the right, Silva on the left. Actually, no, swap them round. Silva's left, Navio's left-footed. Silva, are you right-footed? He is. Don't know why I've doubted myself on that. I knew the answer. I don't like the system that they're playing. It's annoying me. The 3 strikers are scaring me, and I kind of just want to match it and then try and cause them some issues in the wide areas. So let's try and focus the play down the wing. I'd like us to try and keep hold of the ball as well. In terms of distribution, kind of go to the fullbacks rather than the wing-backs. The centre-backs... sorry, go to the fullbacks rather than the centre-backs, not the wing-backs. Distributing to centre-backs is okay, but against 3 strikers, we're just going to get caught out, I feel like. And let's distribute quickly. Right. It's a bit of a gamble. I'll hold my hands up and admit it. I'm very tempted to bring in Seka for Smith. Smith's not had a good game. You know what? I'm going to take Smith off. I'm going to play Van Dijk at centre attacking mid and then Seka up front. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to roll the dice a little. We'll switch ammo to complete forward as well. Look at that. Is a scary front too. It's very aggressive. But aggressive is my middle name. I mean, just to be clear, it's not my middle name. I don't actually have a middle name, so if anyone wants to suggest one, get it down in the comments, I suppose. Anyway, we've got a corner. Can we deal with this? Jones to whip it in. Regina heads it out. Piotr's that... Why is Piotr... I mean, all my set pieces are broken, aren't they, because of these formation changes? But they're not. They are. They are. Right, Piotr, get... This is one of my biggest pet peeves with Football Manager. If someone at Football Manager is watching this video, please, 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 just change the logic on how players are left kind of around like this. Why would I want my centre-back on the halfway line? Why would I don't want that. I mean, this is not an optimal setup, but it's the best that I can do. What about attacking? I mean, attacking, it's not great either. It's not great. Right, Piotr, near post. Need your big forehead on everything. Why is he set to take it? Piotr, why? Answers on a postcard. Right. I don't know who the midfielder on centre is, but you are now taking the kicks. Oh, but you're not, are you? Because of how Football Manager work. I hate it. I hate it, everyone. It might sound like an exaggeration, but I hate how these kick takers are dealt with. You know what? We don't need custom set pieces to work correctly. Let's just go with that. I love the idea of Piotr. Only centre-back in a... Well, I say the only centre-back. The centre-back. The only one who's like the proper centre-back in the middle. Just stood on the halfway line while we try and defend a corner. Right, Van Dijk down the wing. Regina. Options in the middle to Regina. He dinks it. Medj is there. Was that a foul referee? Calafiori? Ricketts. His shot's blocked as well. We're not going to keep that in. A chance. Some reason for optimism, everyone. Although another set piece. Where's Piotr? I'm just waiting for him to appear on the halfway line. He literally is. Oh, you know what, Piotr? You're the outball, mate. He's been fouled there as well, ref. I could go and fix everyone. I just don't think it's worth it. When we can see the set piece, I've got my excuse now. I've got it all figured out. Right, Ricketts. Piotr's at the near post. I've put him there. He hasn't quite got there, sadly for us. Ricketts, go back down the line or go to Piotr. He's involved in everything today. Calafiori. Dr. Medj to Regina. Out in the wide area. Loads of space. Options in the middle. Disappointing not to get the ball in. But have another go, mate. He's scared of having another go. He's giving it to Ricketts, who whips it in. Amlo's there. And he scores it. Goal number 7 of the season. And he missed a golden opportunity in the first half. He's come here. He's had an impact. He gets a goal. In the 69th minute, nice. Yeah, really nice ball actually here by Ricketts. Regina scared to put in another attempt at a cross. I mean, it's a great ball, isn't it? Into that corridor of uncertainty. The keeper doesn't know whether or not to go for it or not. The defence don't know whether or not to leave it for the keeper. in the end, it makes its way through and it finds its target. Into the back of the net it goes, although set piece to deal with here. I mean, where's Piotr? He's there, isn't he? There, got my excuse. I mean, it's my own fault, everyone. There comes a point in Football Manager where you have to balance the entertainment factor of a video with just sorting out all the set pieces. And you know what? It might come back to bite me today, and that's fine. You live by I want to say the laziness. Look, no one wanted to watch me sort the set pieces. I mean, statistically, we've been quite good in this game, but unfortunately, statistics don't win you a game. Goals win you a game. There's no time here, Jack. You've left this very late to now decide to make some last-minute changes. I have one sub left, right? Marcelo, you are my secret weapon. On for AMLO. I believe nothing's happened. It finishes 2-1 here. I think I'm disappointed. I mean, we've given them a very good game. Piotr has been the second best player on the pitch. We can see from a set piece, we probably should have scored a few more. We didn't really create enough across the game, to be fair. It finishes 2-1 Dortmund, and with that, things actually get really interesting because Atletico in the last minute scored. Oh my word, we have Milan and Atletico still to play. I think I know what games we might be back for next time, everyone. Whilst the Premier League is very exciting at the top, there's still a lot of football left to be played. In this Champions League group, simply put, there's not a lot of time left to be played and not a lot of games left to be played. I think in terms of when we come back, we'll come back for another double header. We'll come back for the game against Atletico and the game against Milan. We have got Chelsea in the EFL Cup, but given we've won the EFL Cup now, I don't really care about it as much. It's not as interesting anymore, and I'm bored of seeing Chelsea. I'm sure many of you are too. So that's what we'll do. Tomorrow, Atletico Madrid, Milan, double header. Disappointing today, but we go again, everyone. Plenty of football still to be played. I believe we can do it. I hope to see you guys then. Thank you for watching. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.